and I have seen already that it's all over your websites. And one thing that we need to correct is that Trey Turner is not stepping down. He's transitioning to a new position right now. Ray will tell you his part of the story. Let me add here that when he came to me with his decision, I was very reluctant to accept his decision. And given what he has done for this university, the integrity and the devotion that he brought, and the high standards that he had. So we had a number of discussions and agreed for it to continue his commitment to the university from a different position. Mr. Chairman, I don't know if you want to say something on behalf of the board.
Sure, no, happy to, and thank you everyone for your interest today. Ray Tanner's a legend. We have so much respect for him and what he's done for the university. This obviously is a big day in the life of our university, and I want to thank Ray for his service, not only as a coach but athletic director, and I am glad to see that he's continuing on in a role and will stay with the university. I appreciate his willingness to do that. When I think about Ray, he doesn't have a degree from the University of South Carolina, but there is no one who loves our university more than Ray, and he'll do anything for USC. And so I really appreciate you, Ray, and what you've done for us and what you'll continue to do as you continue to stay with the university.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and thank you, Mr. President. I just want to open up for a few brief remarks and thank all of you for joining today. This is a day that is filled with really great happiness and joy that I have an opportunity to transition, as the president said, into a new role at the university as a senior advisor, as an athletic director emeritus. For a number of months, and the president indicated, we had conversations about when you have a successor in my position, because there was going to be a time. This is year 13 for me. I believe that I'm in the top 7 or 8 in the country of longest tenured ADs at one university. And there was going to be a time, much like when I coached baseball, I didn't leave the baseball program because I didn't think it was any good anymore, or I was going to become the athletics director. It was time. And I knew that it was getting close to time in this role as well. Fortunately for me, due to the board, the president, and the chairman, and the people in administration at this university and my staff, I have the great fortune to segue into a position in another role. And I'm ecstatic about that. I'm excited about it. And I get a chance to continue at a place that I do love so dearly. I do have an honorary degree from this school, and I married a young lady who did graduate here. My kids grew up as Gamecocks, and I'm excited about what lies ahead. We have great leadership at this university, and we're in a great position, and I hope that I can add to that in a different role than being an athletics director. But I am the athletics director for a time to come, certainly determined by the president and the board. When a new person is named into my role, I will continue in this current position, and hopefully when there is a transition, I will do my very best to help that person have an easy time. I know that we have great coaches here right now. We're doing very well in the athletics department. A lot of good things are happening, and I look forward to that continuing.
Well, thanks so much for getting us started. I see Dave, you had your hand up first. So Dave, you got a question?
Jeff, before we go there, I just want to make sure that we like WYFF, but it's not, we're not sponsoring it. We're not advertising, right? I see in the screen
I do like
the
our
program right now. Yeah.
Thank you.
Hey, Ray, thanks for doing this today. I guess the question is, why announce this now? I mean, the football game and game day and all, it seems like maybe this could have waited with the search not starting until after fall anyway. Why the need to announce this now?
Good morning, David. And it's ironic that you would be first. I don't think I've ever been to a press conference when you didn't get the first question. So I'm glad to know that I'm in that group as well. I thought that question may be asked, but as I said earlier, the president and I and the chairman, we've had conversations many months about the timing and what would happen. And the thing that stands out for me that I'm at a point. The timing was right for me. It's never going to be a perfect time, I don't think. And we talked about that. But we also realized that when there are conversations that are happening, they soon become public. And we felt that it was better to go ahead and get it out. I was somewhat hesitant about today myself because we do have a lot going on. But again, there never is a perfect time. But it's not a sad day. It's a happy day. And we have some exciting things here in Columbia with game day and LSU coming to town. So it's no particular reason other than I've always said if more than one person knows something, that's not a secret. And the conversations were occurring that there would be a transition in place at some point. So we felt today would be a good day to go ahead and share it with you.
Thanks so much. Pete, I see you got your hand up.
Yes. Hey, Ray, I'm sorry. It looks like my camera's not very light today, but it is me. Congratulations on this decision for you. I hope it works for you and your family. When you took over as AD, it was a very different landscape that's out there than is out there right now. What do you think your successor? What are some of the strengths you think your successor would have to have in order to navigate this changing world of college athletics? And if President Amarides wants to answer that too, that would be fine.
The first, or should I?
No, go ahead.
Okay. Thank you, Pete. I appreciate your comments. I would say that, from the time that I took over to now, that the word nimble is probably in big print more than ever because the landscape has changed and will be changing going forward. I would like to think that during the time that I will stay in this chair, that some things will evolve and the next person will be in a better position. As far as you're talking about what's going on at the NCAA level and the House case and so forth, a lot of those things hopefully will be settled before the new role is taken by someone else, and we'll be in a good place going forward. But it is ever changing. You have to adapt and adjust. And I think there were many years that college athletics was pretty much consistent, not stagnant, but it was business as usual. Well, now we know that it has evolved and will continue to evolve. It's a different landscape for sure.
And from my perspective, Peter, in the last 2 years that I have been here in the positions that I have filled, I have always preferred record than promise. In many cases, people end up bringing somebody who is developing, that's going to be a great promise. Given the conditions that we have in athletics right now, I want somebody who is experienced, he has been in this position, he is or she is in this position, and there is a strong record. I think also I'm looking for somebody that has the same type of respect in the college athletics community like Ray was, and I'm looking and it is, by the way, and I'm looking also for somebody that will be as committed to the Gamecock Nation as Ray has been over the last number of years.
Thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you. We'll go to Jordan next with the state.
Thank you. Thank you. Hey, Ray, I guess my question is, how involved will you be in picking your successor? Will you be part of the interview process and trying to identify that person?
I will serve at the pleasure of the president and the board. That I will not be directly involved in that capacity. Should I be able to provide some background, I certainly would do that, but I don't anticipate being involved in the replacement.
And I think that's a very good point that Ray is raising. In these processes that we have at the university, we do not have people defining their successor, right? It's going to be a hire that I will make with the support of the board of trustees. And yes, I may ask Ray's opinion for certain individuals, but the decision is going to be mine and approved by the board of trustees. And I don't know, Mr. Chairman, if you want to add to this anything.
No, that's exactly right. This is a search that the president's responsible for. It's part of his duties, and it's one reason why we hire a great president, because we know he'll hire great people. And so we count on the president to do that, and then the board will certainly fulfill its role in consulting with the president and approving contracts whenever that day comes.
Very good. We have time for maybe one or two more questions. I don't see anyone's hand up. Are there any additional questions for anyone on the call? All right. Well, you're making it easy for us today. Ray, is there anything else you would like to share before we end the call?
Well, really, in closing, I'm transitioning. I'm assuming a new role, and I'm excited about that. I knew that the time would come. I mean, it came as I coached baseball, and I knew that it would come as an athletics director as well. I was in Kentucky last weekend with one of the best athletic directors in the country, Mitch Barnhart, and he's the dean in the SEC at 22 years. I think I'm right behind him, and I'm only in my 13th year. But I'm grateful for the time that I've been able to spend at the University of South Carolina and the opportunity to move forward. I've worked with board members who've come and gone and different chairmen, and I was with Dr. Pastides, President Caslin, Dr. Pastides again, and then Dr. Amaritas kept me when he became the president here. So I'm extremely grateful. I'm happy to be in this position and continue to build and grow the University of South Carolina in such a positive way. We have a great place. We got wonderful people, and I'm excited to be able to remain in a capacity that is going to be new to me, but certainly will energize me in a way that I haven't experienced in a number of years.
And let me add something else as well. Please make it clear that the selection process and the search will not start until the end of November. So any agents that they will follow you or they know, don't call me right now.
Very good. Well, with that, we're going to end our call. If anyone has any follow-up questions, please feel free to reach out to me. You should have the release by now. It's got my cell number on there, so please don't hesitate to reach out if you have any questions. I do want to thank once again Ray, Dr. Amaritas, Chairman Westbrook for joining our call, and I hope everybody has a great Friday. Go Gamecocks.
Let's win tomorrow.
Appreciate it. Thank you.